Hi everyone, it's Dom, and Daisy's here, and so is Derek.
Hey. Whoa, it's the 3Ds.
It's the 3Ds.
3D,
This is
Whoa.
D&D
like
and D.
D&D
like
and
in real
D.
life. Yeah.
D cubed. Wow. Damn.
Hello, we are back with D cubed, DDD and BG, DDD and BG3 earlier, but now
Yeah.
we've got
D cubed something different.
D cubed.
Yes.
Something different. But we're here
Exactly.
with our old friend of the show, Derek Peter.
From
When
early days,
early
OG
days
fan, OG interview.
we're gonna explore the Fieldwork archive that you have been painstakingly over the years. When last we spoke, this idea was but a twinkle in your eye. This was
Pretty
you had
much.
yeah. Keith, talk a little bit about what where you were last time you were on the show, and then what this is turned into, what the Derek Peter Fieldwork archive turned into before we think just hear a random recording and dive into it.
Well, I don't know if this was even a twinkle in my eye when we last spoke, because I was living in York that summer and I had
Remember that.
maybe made 70
Yeah.
recordings, maybe generously at that point. And so I ended up going back to the States and living in Elk Park, North Carolina, which is where one of my favorite folk singers is from, Lena Turby Phil. And then I had about 200 recordings that summer. And so I thought to give my recordings to a library or a university, and it just wasn't either appropriate because of it was disparate. It was like from UK and the US, or there was just red tape. So I founded the .com, as in the Fieldwork Archive website, in August of 2022. And that was at 209 recordings. And now I'm at 1,550, which means that I have made 1,341 recordings in 3 years.
Hard.
That is so many. Like, I guess I want to like I don't know. We were talking a little bit earlier about like if there is another person in the 21st century who has made this volume of recorded folk music, and it's the volume of it, and Dom and I weren't sure. Like, it's quite a bit.
You're doing
I'm
the work.
unhappily alone.
Yeah.
I
You're doing
wish
the
that
work
there
of a
were
team.
like parallels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I wish there were parallel colleagues doing this, but what kind of dawned on me well, maybe not recently, but like a thing I like to say to people is these kinds of recordings do exist, but they're like 45-second minute 45-second minute 45-second long Facebook videos, or like TikTok
Yes,
clips,
that's
or like
true.
little
Yeah.
grainy YouTube videos. Someone's been like, this is Mima's special song, go ahead
Yeah.
Mima, sing it. And
Yes.
so people are preserving this to some degree, but it's very disparate and it's very nebulous and it's across many different platforms and there's no organization to it. So like what I'm actually doing, finding these old songs people remember, is not that special, but I'm certainly doing it in like a hyper visible and like hyper organized way. And in
It,
like a unified way.
well, yeah, one thing that makes what you're doing useful is the organization of it, but also like the cataloging and the kind of just findability. I don't know what's the word for that. The Googleability of the of the music, discoverableness of this art, right? Because there's none of that is a word. None of those are words. But like part of what's great about like archives in general, for as many ways that they're complicated spaces in the world, one of the benefits is like where else are you going to look for this type of material that can lead you down generational connections, regional connections, like teaching you about local history, teaching you about music. I don't know. Like,
Yeah,
and I
I
think
mean,
that there's this assumption that like the internet is its own type of archive, but it's not, because that misunderstands the way that archives help to organize and preserve to make the material ultimately more accessible, which is what you're doing.
and I have people that I try and interview all the time, and I'm like, do you know any old, I don't know, Hungarian Aryan songs, and they're like, "Oh yes, you find it on the YouTube," and it's like, yeah, I can, but it means something that you would sing it, and so a lot of the people in this
Yeah.
project are like not performers, um, have never been in in front of a microphone unless I were to come along, right? Like that's their only
Yeah.
time that they've ever, and like to me that says something. Like it's not just the breadth of and variety of material, but it's like the fact that someone is willing, who's not a musician, to permanently like sing in front of a microphone to be preserved. Like there's something really beautiful about that. Like and then like singing unaccompanied is a very naked thing. So it's the material, but it's also like the agreement between myself and my informants where they're like actually willing to like get over themselves and do this.
Mhm.
Some of them don't even need to get over themselves, they just want to do it because it was their
Yeah.
grandfather that sang the song. But you know, and then the other thing I'll say is like when I go abroad, like when I was in Iceland this year, people will be like, well, this is a very common song to all Icelandic children in school. And it's like, yeah, it might be common in Iceland in school, but it's
Yeah.
not common to the .com in America where most of my colleagues are. So
Yeah.
in that way, I've tried to like make us somewhat comprehend. I mean, there's so many holes culturally, but that's kind of the other thing, right? Is like you've got Romanian hymns bumping up against Icelandic school songs, bumping up against old ballads, you know, and minstrel songs and Tin Pan Alley songs and German kindergarten, you know, and on and on and on. So yeah, I've tried to diversify this as much as I can.
As much as is humanly possible. With the
Well,
small
no,
team, the
not
small but
even
growing and budding
humanly.
team. Yeah.
Yeah, not even just humanly possible, but kind of like what organically comes, you know,
Yeah.
across my desk. Because everyone's always like, how about some Native American songs? And it's like, those people have the platform to tell their own stories. And probably at this point, like every strain and dialect of Native American language has been documented and archived by the members of those communities. So like I don't need to poach that just to say I have it. Like if someone organically comes into my life and they're like, I know Native American songs for I want to give them to your project, I'd be like, sure, but I'm not gonna go hunting for that. That's a little bit tiger pelt on the wall behavior, you know, like look at this amazing.
Mhm.
So I mean, you say as far as humanly possible, but actually most of the people that I've recorded, even going to Iceland, was a series of kind of casual, trusted colleague interactions that then led to a week in Iceland. And
Yeah.
actually,
As you
I
said,
went to
yeah.
Iceland to work with Katie Buckley, who is Bjork's harp player, and I've known Katie for a long time.
Cool.
And I'm writing some material for a solo project of mine. But while I was in Iceland, I was like, well, of course I'm gonna, you know. And then I went to this little town of like 500 people and recorded this guy playing the Langspiel, and you know, but it was never like I didn't just throw a dart at the globe and be like, where's it gonna land? You know, it's there's always
Right.
a casual colleagueship or preoccupation. It's never like a, ooh, I could get, you know, it's like I want to do
Right.
it like in a trusted way.
I should rephrase what, or I revised my previous statement on what is humanly possible to something I like better anyway, which is what is relationally possible for Derek.
I
The
love
things
that. That's
that are
perfect.
relationally possible for you. Yeah, no, that makes, yeah, I think it's awesome. You follow the thread that is pulling you along, I guess.
And so before we hit the random recording or talk about the site, I'm going to
Yeah.
ask each of you, what is the earliest song you both remember? And we can start with Dom. Like, what is the first song you remember
Oh my
hearing?
The
gosh.
first song I remember, like, period.
That's a good.
Like from someone else singing, like whether it was a preschool teacher or a Sunday school teacher or a parent or a grandparent or an aunt or cousin.
Let me Google this real quick. Oh, I want to know who originally recorded it. Okay. It's like a, I want to say it's like a country song from the. My mom used me to.
Let's hear it.
You are my special angel, sent from
Aw.
God above. That's the first song I think I can remember.
Sing
Oh,
more of
that's
it.
cute.
Oh, I don't remember more of it. I can look at the lyrics. I remember the hook.
So you remember the first two lines.
I remember the first
Yeah.
two lines. I remember the I don't know. That I can remember that alongside like maybe like Silent Night. But I can remember my mom singing me "You Are My Respect."
So cute.
Daisy,
Sniff,
I saw that.
sniff, get out of there.
My lord. Yeah, that was Sniff chasing a fly. Very with a lot of gusto. He's still on the hunt, so he might jump back up. I guess I thought of like 2 or 3 different like songs or examples of songs that I remember as a kid. Like some of them are ones my mom sang me, but some of them, I guess, like the first song that I thought of that came to my mind was like "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star." Twinkle twinkle little star, how I wonder what you are, up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle twinkle little star, and you just keep going. But that's probably pretty common. But then the other examples were like my mom actually played quite a bit of classical music for me. I was one of those 90s babies that that like parents thought that like listening to classical music was going to make your brain bigger.
It worked.
So I don't know, maybe it worked, maybe it didn't, I don't know. But so there's like lots of, but that is often lyricless. But I listened to like lyrical adaptations or like stories put to certain music,
Daisy,
or
you
like
also
certain
just
like
did
classical music.
You also just did that because it's Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Oh, I just did that. Right, exactly. That's
Or
Mozart.
the
So I'm
tune
thinking
is
like
Mozart, but that's
That's
like
true.
like an American children's song.
I have a lot of really funny ones like that like are about dinosaurs or like about like or that came from like recorded media that like wasn't like my family singing it to me, I guess. Like there's songs about like who's the fastest dinosaur. I'm trying to remember how it goes. Sniff and this fly are distracting me. I don't know, maybe I can't recall it right now. But then the like last thing that came into my mind was there's this song that I do not think I am saying correctly because it's not in English. I thought it was in Spanish, but I don't remember all the words to it. And I know it is a song that exists, but I have no idea how to look it up. And it goes, "Que linda la manita que tiene mi Pepe, que linda que something que da, 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 da." I kind of like lose the words to it, but that like kind of refrain or whatever sometimes comes into my head.
Let's work on this.
I don't know
Daisy,
like where it is from.
Will you do me a favor and send me like a voice memo of that on iPhone, and I can ask my
Yes, I feel
assistant.
like does anybody hear that?
My assistant is fluent in Spanish, and so may be able to find this for us.
It's not like I know some of those words are Spanish words, but it's not like it could also be French. Like, and I am just remembering it as Spanish because I'm from Southern California and like that was part of my life growing up too. Like,
right.
So like I assume that it is that, but it could certainly be French.
It reminds me of Las Mañanitas, which is obviously a Spanish song.
Yeah, right. And yeah, that's what's coming to my mind. That's like the one that I feel like my mom sang me that song sometimes, but I don't think she remembers what it is.
Send me a recording of that, and I'll see what Claudio comes back with because he's pretty incredible. He's my assistant.
Okay.
For those of you listening and are like, who's Claudio?
Yeah, who is Claudio? Yes.
Yeah, the first one I remember outside of preschool, and I got like really old timey things in preschool, like Go In and Out the Window, or Oats, Peas, Beans, and Barley Grow. Do we know that one?
Oh, what's the one that's like? Is that And little lambsy daisy diddly idly do.
Oh,
What's that one? That's all I
Maresy
know.
dotes and little lamb.
Lambsy daisies. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
A
Remember
killy daddy
that?
too, wouldn't you?
Wait,
Yeah.
now that I'm thinking about it, my mom, I've got all kinds of weird ones that might. Okay, wait, hold on. I might have missed.
So then we're gonna have to have a Zoom
Yeah.
session about this. Yes.
Because now I'm thinking
So
about
you're gonna
the King Cole song.
Old
The
King
King Cole was
Cole,
a
call for his bowl.
not
No?
that one. My mom does. Old King Cole was a jolly old soul who married the dusty old maid, and every night by the pale moonlight sounds like this to me. Baroop. You do like different things in each clap or whatever. Baroop.
Wait a minute.
Kiss, kiss, baroom, kiss, kiss, baroom, daddy, baroom, 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 daddy, and then there's so many. The years
I'm
went
sending you
by like
something
1, 2,
immediately.
3, and now they have a family. And every night by the pale moonlight sounds like this to me. Baroom, wah wah. These are like these little. Yeah, I know these like little songs like that.
Here, Daisy, wait.
That's like.
I just sent you something in the live stream chat that I want you to play.
Okay.
Because now I need your variant, so we are gonna have to
can
do
you
a
do this?
Zoom.
Okay.
Yeah, I can handle this.
Can you hear that?
I'll
Okay.
be able to hear it.
Daisy, I'm gonna interview you.
Oh my
soon.
gosh. Okay, sounds good. Cannibal King. Okay, because I wonder where that's from. Like, I don't. That was definitely.
No. Are you ready? Are you ready for this, Daisy?
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Hold on, I'm so excited. I can do it. Like, I know through 10.
Okay.
Basically.
Ready, press. Oh, what do we have here? Cannibal King.
Okay.
Okay, so you have
Cannibal King. Okay.
Tell us a little bit about what we're seeing with like the metadata here.
I will after Daisy. I want to see Daisy's reaction to this first, and then I'll tell you.
Okay. Okay.
This play button here.
Yeah.
The video. Okay.
The cannibal king
It's not a video, it's a...
fell in love with a dusty maid, and every
That's
night
it.
in the pale moonlight across the lake he he'd hug and
What?
kiss his pretty little miss under the bamboo tree, and every night in the pale moonlight sounded like this to me: boom boom, boom boom.
Yeah.
Honey, won't you marry me?
Okay.
Boom boom, boom boom. Under the bamboo tree,
So funny.
we'll build a bungalow big enough for two, big enough for you, my baby, big enough for 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we'll be happy, happy as can be, underneath the bamboo tree.
I never heard this one, but
now I
that
need
is
your version.
So that's so funny because the version I know is like totally different. It goes like 1, 2, 3, and now we have a family every night with moonlight sounds like this to me, wah wah, and then the years went by like 4, 5, 6, and now we have a house of sticks, and every night by the pale moonlight sounds like this to me, and you bang on something like you're hammering, and then 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9 is now they have all gone and died. And every night sounds like this to me, and then he goes sounds like this to me, Barum. And you have a rest. You don't say anything.
I'm Daisy. We're gonna find time this week.
Okay.
I'm excited for your variants of this, but yes, I mean that's
fun.
just to prove.
That's
so
so funny.
So if you're looking at this page, that's just a screen grab of me on FaceTime with this woman whom I got connected to through the Fife Folkwise
Right, I was
project.
gonna say in Tooele.
Yeah.
People
so
always
she's
T-O-O-L-E. Yeah.
Yeah, Twilly. Yeah. And so the number at the top of the page is just the catalog number. That's how many recordings I've made at that point.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, these are arrows.
And then you can nav. You can nav. And then just some field notes, which is pretty much why my field notebook is so sparse, because I pretty much just want the provenance of the song, like where they learned it, sources, name and birth date if possible, birthplace if possible.
That's so cool. Yeah, I wonder, my mom must have learned this at camp too, but my family's not LDS like at all. So
no, but I love that they swapped it from Cannibal to Old King Cole. Or, Old King Cole kind of sounds like
Cannibal.
Yeah, what is a cannibal?
But Old King Cole kind of sounds like cannibal, so you wonder if it was misheard.
Cannibal. Yeah. Well, and King Cole, I mean, there's tons of well-documented lore about just the symbol of King Cole being used literally like as a king, but also to describe like industry, the encroaching coal industry in Appalachia. So there's
and
lots of political play.
It could have also been a camp counselor who was like, "Oh, I'm not having my students sing about cannibals. It'll be King Cole instead." And like that was when it changed. You know, you don't know, you never know.
I know. Yeah, there's like little sayings like that I only know like a refrain of, or like a short version of, that are just like ones that you would sing. Camp is a good example, or like that you would sing to be silly with someone, not necessarily because the song is this like, you know, this profound story you're trying to teach, but is you know, just like folklore, right? It's just like the thing that we do to be together and to be silly together, like, you know, Michael Finnegan chin's wind blew his hair off his chin again, or whatever, that kind of thing. No, is that just me? Okay.
I don't know that one. We're gonna.
I don't know it, but I follow that it was a rhyme that sounds probably great.
You don't know? Okay, you don't know. There once was a man named Michael Finnegan. He had some whiskers on his chin again. The wind blew him off, but they grew in again. Poor old Michael Finnegan, begin again. You don't know this one?
I've never heard that one.
Okay, never mind.
Oh
Okay, never.
You know what?
I'm realizing
it's like, wait a minute.
All of these I learned as a kid, like Italian. You know what I mean?
I think that makes a lot of sense. I was gonna say, like, you might know the Italian ones. You're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, Daisy, I'm so excited to interview you for this.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, I could ask my mom for more. You could interview my mom. I'm sure she would remember some of them. Like she remembers versions that are different than I do.
And that's the great thing about this.
Of them. Yeah.
Is I'll get like a one person, and then her sister will come in, and the sister will have a completely different set of lyrics.
Yeah, completely different. Yeah, it's sort of like it reminds me of like hand games. You know, I guess that's one that I do with my students a lot. Well, they're more reluctant to sing in class the various versions, a cappella style, but they're able to like say phrases or whatever, or like do
that's the thing is I get people pretty well over that discomfort immediately. I'm just like, you can do it. I don't know how. Right. I don't know how, but like that's okay. So I mean, the Cannibal King is kind of a bad example within the archive because it was a FaceTime call that was being recorded on her daughter's Android phone just for audio. Like I recorded the call myself as well, but the daughter sent me the audio. So that's kind of an atypical. Most of the recordings I've done myself in the field, but there I am on FaceTime with this woman. So if you go back to the homepage,
so funny.
And do you want to just have me in the hot seat with random recordings, or do you have questions about the website?
Let's do some random
recordings. Straight to the hot seat.
Yeah. I love this random recording feature. It's really cool.
So do we want to listen to a little of this, and then I'll tell you about it?
Yes, we do.
Yeah. I love when there's a church.
O venit primăvara, s-adună toată turma, da se duși pe munți pe văi, cu șoban și cu dulăi, cum e oare și cum ei, da cu cântic de șobanei, cu cântic de șobanei, da bârmioară, bâr, bâr, bâr. Or să pască opșina șobanașului, or pe muntele Dorna șobanașului, or să pască opșina, măi șobanii măi, or pe muntele Dorna șobanașului, acolo sora da-pa, măi șobanii măi, la poale de munte curge bistrița. Socalatorii do-a vara, s-adună toată turma, da se duși pe munți pe văi, cu șoban și cu dulăi, cum e oare și cum ei, da cu cântic de șobanei, cu cântic de șobanei, da bărmioară, băr, băr, băr. Ori cânta din fluieraș, măi șobanuli, ori așa cu fetele, măi șobanuli, ori cânta din fluieraș, măi șobanii, măi, până la vară șobanaș, șobanașului. Și acolo pipolbii, măi șobanului, s-adună șobanii, măi, da bărmioară, băr, băr, băr.
I love the. Is that
Wow,
audible toe
excellent.
tapping that comes in like?
I was
with
just
the,
gonna
like,
say
Yeah.
the texture.
So that's
Texture
obviously
of that recording.
obviously in Romanian, and I was put in touch with Juliana through the honorary Romanian consulate to Connecticut, Dana Bucin. Juliana is the musical director of her church, of which you have seen the exterior, and it's kind of a hilarious situation because they used to have a beautiful Romanian Orthodox church, and they've moved parishes, so now they they have this very Lutheran-looking
Yeah,
situation.
Say that
They've-
doesn't look Orthodox.
It's a very Lutheran church that they're slowly stuffing with guilt icons.
Yeah.
And it's actually my church now, and I go as often as I can.
Oh wow.
That's awesome.
The whole service is in Romanian and it's all singing, so you know, and Juliana has actually offered to be my godmother, and I'm like, that's very kind of you. But yeah, she grew up in Romania, and Pamphil is her father, who is like a fairly well-known folk singer in Romania. So
Cool.
I'm in
Nice.
pretty constant contact with this woman. But yeah, that's that one.
That's awesome.
Wow. That was January. Past January.
Yeah. Spin the wheel. Let's go again.
Cool. Yeah.
This is fun.
Yeah, this is cool.
Oh
Okay.
shit, this one.
Yes.
I love it. Yes.
This is oh, you can see more of my field notes.
Love. Yes. Amazing.
They're so sparse. Mostly because I didn't know any Albanian. But this is an Albanian guy.
What do you call
I'll
this,
leave the dramatics. The
call that
Chifteli.
instrument? Chifteli?
Chifteli. I think it has 2 strings on it. If you zoom in, Dom, can you just
Oh, you
like
can
zoom?
Yeah.
yeah, I can see
Zoom,
the
zoom, zoom. It's a high res photo. You can keep going. I think it has like 2 or 3 strings on it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Strings.
This is
So
a
cool.
beautiful recording. I recorded this as part of a wider city focus on Waterbury, Connecticut, for the grant that I'm working under right now to prove that there are disparate immigrant populations in the city of Waterbury, which kind of goes against my ethos because I want to find people organically, but I found Pauline, and
It
I'm glad
happens.
I did because I'm just excited for you guys to hear this.
Trăzbizreni o mări Känner mig fin Förras det tålen gås till vardin Förras olkinen det till vardin Boja novsien persheva Så har det kae malisheva Tan volakum poduje
Oh yeah.
Ooh, that was chills worthy.
Is that top string
Yeah.
like? Sometimes that top
Yeah,
string
I'm
playing
like,
a drum.
how is that? Yeah, like how is that?
Is that how that instrument works?
I believe it. Yeah, it's kind of like a dulciola.
Yeah, it was so interesting. I loved that.
It's funny because anyone tuning in is going to get the impression that I only tackle like Eastern Europe with this archive, which is not true.
2 for 2.
Well, maybe
2
the
for
next
2.
one. Yeah,
Maybe the
yeah.
next one.
Anyway,
That's so
the bit he wrote at the bottom there, I got someone to translate on Reddit, and so that's the text
cool.
underneath the field
Hell
notes.
yeah.
I wasn't really able to take many notes because I just didn't know what the hell was going on.
Been there.
Yeah.
My Albanian is non-existent. Oh, this is fun.
Really cool.
This is a
This is
great
so
format.
cool.
Roll the dice again.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yes,
roll the dice, roll the
please.
That's
dice.
that's the connection.
This is so cool.
between this and playing Baldur's Gate earlier. We're just
Yeah,
rolling
roll the dice. It's so true.
All right, next.
So cool.
Oh no,
Okay,
not
okay,
another.
okay.
Okay, do it again because I can't keep going with this.
Okay.
Another Romanian? Okay. That's so funny.
Oh,
Like
this
you have
looks
like
Okay,
okay. Cool.
there we go. But I'm amazed we haven't gotten a single English one yet.
English
But that's
song,
okay.
Yeah.
I know, I'm
Um,
surprised because that's so interesting. Okay.
Yeah, this
Go
is.
for
I
it.
was in Montreal, and I went out to Vaudreuil, and got a lot of teasing from my host friend, in Montreal, because he was like, "Fucking loser! Like, who lands in Montreal and goes out to Vaudreuil? Because it's not like a very glamorous city."
Yeah.
But Robert knew a lot of music and had 3 separate accordions that he played, and he played wooden spoons.
Cool.
But
Yeah.
anyway, it was well worth, and I paid my Uber driver in cash.
I love that. That's awesome.
He like picked me up, and I was like, I'm not going to pay for this with my bank account. I just want to pay you cash. Can you cancel the trip and just drive me where I need to go? And he was like, yeah, I got you, boss.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Nice.
Press play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Derrière chez ma tante, il y a un bois joli. Le rossignol y chante, et le jour et la nuit. Tam, tam, dadididam, tam, tam, dadididam. That's a turlut.
But Turlut,
I could have listened to that for a lot longer.
There's a lot of
So I should have picked up.
There's a lot of Robert on the archive, so
That's
you
cool.
can bookmark him if you want. But yeah, a Turlut is a
This is just-
specific.
Oh, you can click like Robert here, right, and like search. By
Yeah,
artist.
mhm,
Yeah.
go for it.
Cool.
Yeah, and then you
okay.
have all of his
Oh,
songs.
that's
yeah.
so cool.
Got it.
That's awesome.
Oh, what were you going to say about Robert
Oh my gosh.
or this song?
It's a certain kind of dance form, a French Canadian dance form. I forget what a turlet. I'm so terrible. I was mostly interested in his accordion collection.
Mm-hmm. So cool.
Is there a good accordion one of his off the top of your
Yeah.
head?
Yeah.
Nous irons à boire ma mignonnette. It's under Au clair de la lune. So nous irons à boire.
Yeah.
No,
Mhm.
underneath.
Oh, underneath.
Yeah.
Ah.
Nous irons à boire ma mignonnette. Je suis désolé, je ne parle pas français. Go for it.
Nous irons au bois, ma mignonnette.
Oh yeah.
Nous irons au bois tous deux. Nous cueillerons les fleurs les plus parfaites. Nous irons au bois, ma mignonnette. Nous irons au bois tous deux.
Yes.
Nous cueillerons
was that called?
You're good.
It's a round, ronde, R-O-N-D-E. Nous irons au bois, ma mignonnette. We will go in the woods, my mignonnette. We will go in the woods. And then we might find a wolf.
That is a
And then we might find a wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is truly. You know, I'm really amazed I get to go in these people's homes all the time. It's just such a gift.
Yeah. That is one of the coolest, most underrated, not talked about enough parts of folklore.
Can I topic question?
Sure.
What's the best feel?
Ooh.
God, yeah.
Pickled corn from Appalachia.
Ooh.
Pickled corn sounds good as hell. That's awesome.
I think it's going to be that. I think it's going to be pickled corn.
That's the half of the fun. Half of the fun.
The meals.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the food waste for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, always leaving yourself time that you could get lunch, but if it happens,
Yeah.
let it happen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Sure.
I want to roll another, yeah.
Do it. Okay, what we got? Okay. This appears to be
Oh.
the gravy song.
This is great.
Yes.
So in about 2 weeks, I'm going to go to Walton, New York, and I'm going to speak at the William B. Ogden Free Library. They have a whole Grant Rogers project in this library, and evidently Grant Rogers was on Smithsonian Folkways and was a singer from that region of New York State. And some of his songs are apparently taught in the school system in Walton, one of which being Bread and Gravy, also called the Gravy Song. But I didn't know any of this when my friend Liz decided to sing me their version of their grandmother's song. I think Anna Odis, I actually should need to follow up with Liz about this now that we're having this gravy phenomenon and I'm going to go to this town. Anna Odis had nothing to do with Walton, New York. And she just spontaneously sang this song at a Thanksgiving or something. And it's the only time Liz's grandmother ever sang. And so we were going to document this more formally, but we were at a diner and I ordered a French dip and I said, Liz, you dip a fry in that gravy and you sing the gravy song.
Yes.
And so if you scroll down, you'll also see a townsperson from Walton, New York under the variants doing a fragment of Gravy and Bread. So whenever possible.
Oh, cool.
Whenever,
nice. Oh, yeah.
Whenever possible, if someone has sung an alternate version of a song I've collected, I try and list. So like
Nice.
Daisy, when you sing
That's
me
cool.
your King Cole, it'll be a variant of the Cannibal King, which is amazing.
That's so cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah. And Liz has been a professional singer for like 20 years and has developed a very distinctive warble. So this is a really interesting, fun recording.
Oh, let's get into this distinctive warble.
Yeah.
This is what I'll call the gravy song that I got from my grandmother, Anna Odis. She wasn't prone to singing very much, but one evening after dinner, there was a lull and she just started singing. And this is what it was. On Monday we had bread and gravy. On Tuesday was gravy and bread. On Wednesday and Thursday was gravy and toast, which is nothing but gravy and bread. So on Friday I went to the landlord to get something else instead. So on Saturday morning, by way of a change, we had gravy without any bread.
Love that. Wow.
That's
banger.
Can we hear the gravy and
Speaking,
bread?
yes. Speaking of foodways, yeah.
There's not much to this one, but we can. Leona Paulin is a resident of Walton, and she's quite up in years. And because I'm going to be there in a few weeks, I'm going to interview her properly. But I wanted.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to prove to Liz that someone else knew this song, so that's kind of what this is about.
Something about bread and gravy.
Oh yeah, that's a song. They taught
they had the kids singing that in first grade. They sang it and they got the big kick out of that.
And I wondered if you wouldn't give me the melody that you know for that song.
Oh, it was just one day we have bread and gravy, the next day we have gravy and bread. It goes on like that.
You're gonna be out there when?
2 weeks. So Leona knows I'm
Nice.
gonna do this again with her. I
Nice.
interviewed her, and I said, I really want to tape this because you're the only other person I've met that has knowledge of this song, and it'll just blow my friend's mind. And she was like, okay, but I'll probably sing for you when you get here. I don't know much about singing over the phone.
That's funny. I'm trying to think of other Foodways songs. I know On Top of Spaghetti.
That's true. I have that one somewhere.
Instead of On Top of Old Smoky.
Boil them cabbage down.
Mm-hmm.
Turnip greens, them good old turnip greens.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's tons.
There's so many.
Roll it again.
And
This is so much fun.
Cumberland Gap. Ooh.
I don't think this is.
A luthier has entered chat. What is going on?
Yeah. This is a fun story. I don't know if the recording is going to be that exciting. However, Tude was a gateway to my new best friend, and I was at their house today. And so Guy Wolf is another banjo player in the area, and it's his daughter whom I've become.
Guy Wolf is a cool ass name. Yeah.
It's a great, I know. And so Tude recommended me to Guy, but I and I've since become really good friends. Of all the people I've met in this work, they're the ones that stick, like I can't revisit everyone's house. It would be impossible.
Yeah.
So Tude introduced me to Guy, so I will thank Tude for that. But there's a tiny town called Warren where I live. It's literally one stoplight, and there's a historical society, and they've put interviews up on SoundCloud, which is fairly unusual, particularly for a town of this size. But they're all like acreage land parcel agreements and 4-H reports and things, so it's not that interesting. But I got in touch with them. I said, oh, you have these sound recordings available. Do you know any musicians? And I was at the desk, and the woman said, actually, on this road, which is not hard to believe because there's like 5 roads in Warren. It's a small town. She said, right up the road from here is Tude. She said, now, he's not real friendly, and he doesn't hear very well, and I don't think I'd call him first. I don't think you're going to get over there. And an hour later, I snapped that photo in his house.
That's so awesome. There is something special about like asking people about stuff that they are passionate about, and that kind of like loosening some of the barriers of like privacy assumptions, whatever. Like once you figure out what someone's into, asking them to tell you about that thing is so like disarming and inviting.
Yeah, and that was completely my experience with Tude. So it's worth noting for that. But yeah, he is very hard of hearing. He was not very proficient on the banjo, but he did insist on dragging it out for me, and he has obviously made instruments. And his wife is a world-class quilter. Her quilt work, her seams are very tight.
Those in the background.
Yeah. Her seams are extremely tight, and her block work is very neat. And she's actually been in magazines for it because it's very, very, very succinct quilting.
That is hard.
Yeah. So if you want to listen to this half minute, go for it. Do it. You hear like one bar of Cumberland Gap in there. He's trying to find it.
Yeah.
God bless him. And then there's a whole bunch of variants to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cumberland's Gap, right? Like films noir.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
so
that one.
Cool.
Ooh.
Oh, great. This is a fun recording. So my recorder had actually died. I'd been at their house so
No.
long. So this,
Always
I
be
believe,
charging. ABCs.
I
ABCs. It
believe
happens.
this. I
Yeah.
believe this is an iPhone recording, if I remember right. This particular song, but I did record most of the session on the Zoom. I think that
Nice.
this particular song is an iPhone recording, if memory serves. But I've revisited Dan and Fran a few times. Like I say, it's hard to continue to revisit.
Yeah.
Fran sang a couple of Jewish fragments for me unaccompanied, which was more interesting to me than their sort of routine. And she was reluctant to sing more, but she had a few Yiddish and Hebrew songs.
Cool. That's cool.
But this is a great little. This is a fun recording.
This is
We can
one-
play maybe. Let's play like a minute worth of it.
Sure. This is
Yeah.
one I remember.
I ain't got a barrel of money.
Or it's called Side by Side.
Side by side.
Yeah, this is definitely an iPhone recording. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
No.
Oh, we ain't got a barrel of money. Maybe we're ragged, funny, but we travel along, singing a song, side by side. Oh,
Let's hear the kazoo. Why not?
Yeah.
We'll let it play.
Tomorrow. Maybe it's trouble, maybe it's sorrow, but we travel that road, sharing our load, side by side. Well, it ain't all kinds of weather, but what if that sky should fall? Chicken-little, well, as long as we're together. What? It don't matter at all, that's right, testify. We don't let our troubles impart us. We'll be the same as we started, just traveling along, singing a song, side by side. Hey, you a joke?
Oh boy.
Kind of rattling.
That's cute. Yes.
Oh, we won't let our
That's pretty
troubles
great.
impart us. We'll be the same as we started, just to travel along, singing a song, side by side. Oh, and don't you forget it. I know I'm trying to sing.
That was cute.
So
Is
Derek,
that-
this is something I remember distinctly as, and let me know if anyone else has like talked to you about this like phenomenon of like folklore. This is a song we used to sing on the playground and like add unnecessary.
Oh yeah.
know? But as long as we're together, it doesn't matter a fuck, you know? Like,
Yeah.
All had our troubles and parted. We'll be the same when you farted. Like that. I distinctly remember the dirty version of the song.
Well, now I got to schedule something with you, Dom.
Oh, I got the dirty version of songs. Like,
You got the dirty versions.
Yeah.
The dirty
I mean, like,
and Italian versions.
There's like a Addams Family parody that I remember.
Mhm.
But anyway, what I was going to say about this recording is there is a certain spirit of folk inventiveness that I feel like some folk singers carry that is not professional but is innovative, and that's shining
Yes.
that shines through in this recording. There's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Totally.
sometimes you meet a home musician who they practice in their house, but they add a little goofy.
They're just feeling it.
It's like a slapstick sort of inventiveness.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And then there's just some affect from their home, right? Like a clove string and a jack-o'-lantern. So I try and take photographs of affects.
That's awesome.
Yes, this is like a
This is a
two-part
different recording of
harmony.
it. That's cute.
Yeah.
Wow. I want to. Before we do another one, I want to highlight one thing that we talked about during, like, at the beginning of the stream, during the Baldur's Gate portion of this hangout. But I just want to have Derek remind the audience and remind the people who might be watching this later on YouTube that if you don't want to do the randomizer and you don't want to go on this website, but you do want to hear a sampling of what is available in the archive, there's a CD you can get.
That's it. Yes. So it's called Absolutely Not for Sale, and I'm so allergic to plugs that it's not even featured on the archive itself. It's like there's no like plug about it in the about page. But it's a nice distillation of what I've been doing. And there's a few copies left on Bandcamp. All you have to do is pay shipping. Because all of the audio in the archive is Creative Commons, right? I'm not making a dime off of the content. So how can I make a CD and sell the CD? So the CD was created under grant funding, which was amazing. And it's 20 selections of the archive, just as kind of an entry point for people. And if you go to the Bandcamp product page, product images, I'm really happy with how it came out. I think you should be able to enlarge those. Yeah.
Oh, nice. I love that. That's really cool.
Straight out of my field notebook, Daisy.
I love it. It's so good. It's so good.
So yeah, so there is that, and I've put 10 copies up for the internet. I could put more up, but mostly they're getting deposited. You know, the Vaughan Williams Memorial Library has one. ETSU has a copy. Marina Abramovich has a copy.
Whoa.
So you know, I'm putting it in front of the people where it will be valued, hopefully. But it's not for sale.
Can we play one of these?
Yeah. Does one grab your eye?
It's a little small for me to read.
One grabs my eye because I've been reading.
Is it crows?
Yes,
crows.
I've been
reading
Black Sun. I've been reading Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse, which just won the Hugo Award for Best Fantasy Series, and that is like Lord of the Rings, but pre-Columbian Texas. You know what I mean? Like Middle Ages Texas fantasy. And the main magic user is like the high priest of the tribe Carrion Crow. So I see the Carrion Crow, and that jumps right out to me because of the book I'm reading.
So that is Margaret MacArthur's Children.
Margaret MacArthur.
If anyone knows who Margaret.
From when?
She's a folklorist from Vermont, and she did a lot of work with the Helen Hartness Flanders collection. So these are her kids.
Nice.
Cool. So
And they live on MacArthur Road. Margaret is not, but Dan and Megan are.
Dan and Megan.
That's cool.
Cool, let's hit it.
An old crow sat upon an oak, dairy, 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 day-co. An old crow sat upon an oak, watching a tailor sew his cloak, sing hi-ho, carrion crow, dairy, 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 day-co. Oh, wife, bring me my old bent bow, dairy, 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 day-co. Oh, wife, bring me my old bent bow, that I might shoot yon carrion crow, sing hi-ho, carrion crow, Derry, 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 day-co. So the tailor shot and he missed his mark. Derry, 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 day-co. The tailor shot and he missed his mark. Shot his old sow bang through the heart. Sing hi-ho, carrion crow. Derry, 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 day-co. Oh, wife, bring brandy in a spoon. Derry, 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 day-co. Oh, wife, bring brandy in a spoon. The old sow's fallen down in a swoon. Sing hi-ho, carrion crow. Derry, 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 day-co. The old sow died and the bells did toll. Derry, 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 day-co. The old sow died and the bells did toll, and the little pigs prayed for the old sow's soul. Sing hi-ho, carrion crow. Derry, 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 day-co.
Woo!
That's awesome.
Oh, Peggy.
Yeah. How much
So
time do you think
cool.
we have?
You can have a natural out whenever you want. I'd say we can
Yeah.
for 5 to 35 minutes, and Daisy
Yeah.
and I might even
We're gonna get
Daisy
a
and
little
I will
sleepy.
Yeah, but Daisy and I can
Yeah.
get back to
Yeah.
gaming after
Baldur's
the
Gate,
show.
whatever.
You've got
Yeah.
as much or as time as you need.
Well, I only ask because at some point I want to finale with a recording I recently made that's 6 minutes long. So let's just keep that in the back of our head.
In the back, yeah.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
And it needs to be the whole 6 minutes because it's just the way but I want that to be my finale. So when we feel like we're getting to the
Okay. Cool.
10-minute mark, we can talk about that. But I'm happy to just keep spinning the wheel
I
and telling
love
you
spinning the
about these.
I think
'Cause
how
it's-
about we do 2 more random recordings and then we'll go out with your select not random recordings. Does that seem cool?
Sounds great. But this is a nice way to force me to remember where I was in a particular point of time.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, 2 more?
But I
Yeah.
also have veto power, so if I don't like
Of
what we
course.
land on, we get to do it again.
That's fair. Yeah, that's totally fair.
Now, this is how we do road trips, family brothers. Everyone who doesn't have the aux cord has one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I won't veto this, although I didn't make this recording.
Oh.
Judy and Dennis Cook, who did the "Ain't Got a Barrel of Money" variant, they were
Yeah.
singing at my house.
Mm.
Dennis runs the board for the Essex Sea Music Festival. So Dennis gave me carte blanche to pull some recordings from this year's festival. And Deirdre Murtha is also an informant of mine. So I'm going to give you an option here, Dom. We can listen to this board recording, or I can play one of Deirdre's songs that I've recorded from her.
Let's do one of Deirdre's songs you recorded.
Yeah.
Click Deirdre.
Okay. Yeah. So let's go for
Oh my gosh,
There
all
Was a
this is
Lady in
fun.
This Town.
Nice.
And this is last week.
Cool.
Oh wow.
And you've heard this is the 4th variant.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
There was a lady in this town who loved her husband well, and there's another man in this town that she loved twice as well. With me right fa-la-fa-lullery-yum, sing fa-la-la-lurelay. With me right fa-la-fa-lullery-yum, sing fa-la-la-lurelay. She went to the doctor to see what she could find, to try and get some medicine to run her old man blind. With me right fa-la-fa-lullery-yum, sing fa-la-la-lurelay. With me right fa-la-fa-lullery-yum, sing fa-la-la-lurelay. He gave to her some medicine and sealed it with his hand, to give to her husband that he might understand. With me right fa-la-fa-lullery-yum, sing fa-la-la-lurelay. With me right fa-la-fa-lullery-yum, sing fa-la-la-lurelay. She gave to him the medicine and said, now drink it all. Says he, I am so blind now that I can't see you at all. With me right falafel, sing fa-la-la-lorelei. With me right falafel, sing fa-la-la-lorelei. Says he, I'll go and drown myself if I but knew the way. Says she, my dearest husband, you shan't be led astray. With me right falafel, sing fa-la-la-lorelei. With me right falafel, sing fa-la-la-lorelei. She took to her a running jump to shove her old man in, but so nimbly he stepped aside and she went headlong in. With me right falafel, sing fa-la-la-lorelei. With me right falafel, sing fa-la-la-lorelei. Now me song is finished and I shall not sing no more. But wasn't she the darndest fool, she didn't swim ashore. With me right falafel, sing fa-la-la-lorelei. With me right falafel, sing fa-la-la-lorelei.
That was awesome.
So pretty. And I guess you can see at this point there's like a very complex web of cross-linking that I've had Claudio do. So like if someone's part of another group, you can get to their singing page, like from the Johnson Girls, you know.
Oh, right. Yeah. That's cool.
It's quite a dance at this point, right? So but we try and keep it very fluid so that like if someone is inquiring mind, they can, you know,
follow the thread. Yeah.
Yeah.
For random.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Can I ask you a question, Derek?
No, I didn't come on here to be asked questions. Of course
Wait,
you can.
I'm going to dictate this to you. No, you have you have anybody you've recorded in Greece yet?
Yes.
Do? Where were
Yes.
they at? Were they up in the Northeast or what?
They were in Connecticut, yeah. And actually one woman passed away and her daughter had been kind of like Greek to me. I don't know what else to say. Like she was a little bit like, who are you? Who are you and what is your business? What do you do?
Yeah.
But once her mother passed, like I was sitting at the family table at the funeral, like she left me this extremely emotional voicemail. And then another choir director at one of the Greek Orthodox churches wanted to be anonymous because she sang it's a hymn about the Virgin Mary, but like it's editorializing how she was so grief stricken she wants to commit suicide over the crucifixion.
Oh wow.
I can hear the melody in my head. I can't get it out. But anyway, she was like, this is not catechism, so I don't want to be named, but I will. So I can send that to you privately. But yes, I do have some Greek songs.
I was gonna say, do you ever take up my offer and Lord, I'm putting you.
Yeah.
No,
Yes.
I actually want to record more Greek music.
Yeah.
And I would love to find that hymn again, actually, in like another singer's mouth. I bet
That'd
I
be
could.
cool. Yeah.
Random?
Sure.
Yeah.
Ooh. What do we
So this
have
my
on?
assistant. My assistant made this recording for me, and I'm gonna actually veto this because it's a very noisy recording. But it's a beautiful,
beautiful photo. And this is in Nicaragua?
It's in Nicaragua. Yeah, I believe this is in
That's so
Leon.
cool.
Is this the one that is this the church from Leon? No, Granada.
Nope. Granada.
Okay. So if you go to the homepage
here
and you go to catalog number and you jump to 1500 on the block there. I've tried to make this fairly easy for people.
Yeah.
Just go down
By the river.
because there's two I'm going to choose to go out on.
Okay,
Go up
okay.
a little bit more.
Nice.
We want up a little more. Julie Glover.
Julie Glover.
I see it. Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. Peggy Seeger.
This is a song. This is a song Peggy has never recorded before. So I was like,
Whoa. Yeah.
Did it?
in her 91 years has not
Wow.
recorded this song. So I was like,
Damn.
Yeah.
Lucy.
So cool. Yeah.
I went down to the mill one day, met Miss Julie on the way, expressed the wish that she might ride, hop up, Julie, by my side. Sit down there, Julie Glover, give me a kiss, don't tell your mother. Play on the banjo, I'm your lover, going to the mill with Julie Glover. Julie hopped upon my cart, that did make the oxen start. The oxen start, the cart tipped over, away went me and Julie Glover. Sit down there, Julie Glover, give me a kiss, don't tell your mother. Sit down, give me a play on the banjo, I'm your lover. Going to the mill with Julie Glover. Then Julie, the chick of the old blue hen, flew at me like a fury. Then that's just a little one. That's it.
That's awesome. Very cool.
So that's not the one I wanted to go out on, but because I vetoed, I thought I'd shine light on that.
That's cool. Yeah, totally.
Which
totally.
one you wanted to go out on?
It'll be in this. If you keep going up a little bit, it'll be in Ukrainian. Boy, I've done a lot recently. Keep going. Oh my God, this is so embarrassing. I've done so many things. I thought it would be right there, but it's not. Did we pass it? Yeah, we passed it. We passed it. Go back down. Because there's no way I did this much. It'll be after the Cape Verdean. It's in Ukrainian. I'll see it.
Oh, is it like Cyrillic, like script?
There it is. There it is. That one.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay, so I'm not going to say anything about this because it, except that I had tears in my eyes the whole time.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
It'll become very, very evident why.
But it's a pretty intense song. It's about a Ukrainian tradition called provody, which is essentially the party you have for someone going to the war, like going off to war. But it comes from a time when soldiers were being recruited by the Russian Empire to go fight. For like, you'd have a 26-year sentence to go serve. And the concept of the song is a man gets taken to the army, and essentially his like mother is a widow, and they don't have any money to like throw him this party. And out of nowhere, this young woman that doesn't seem to be in love with him, like just kind of volunteers to like cry for him and to have this like ceremony for him. And then she ends up like putting him on his horse, giving him the whip, and like kind of completes the ceremony. And I've actually sung the song at these provodies now that are happening for friends of mine. So
that's intense.
It's really crazy. Yeah.
That's really intense.
And I loved the song before I really understood the cultural context. Like, it's just a very special song. It's a it's technically like a rekrutska, like a recruit song, soldier song, which is like a whole canon of types of Ukrainian folk songs. But
Ой, взялась його солдати, ой, нема же є кому оплакати. Ой, де взялася дівка же Мар'я дає опла, а же дай, дай, роздавалю лілю ліє облакала то парня. Оє оплакала, ще обтужила єшина, яєчко у коника врода. Роздавалю лилу лиєшина, коника дил. Оєшина коника всадила, єшина яєчку увручила до. Роздавалю лилу лиєшина, яєчку увручил.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and I left the
Wow.
tail of that really long because you can hear me audibly reach for a tissue at the very end
Yes.
there.
Yeah. Wow, that was amazing.
Yeah, that melody is somewhere between a lament and a lullaby, and
Yeah.
that is like, it's amazing. I've pulled a lot of recordings I've done in the last like 2 weeks, but or 3 weeks, but it's been like a really beautiful summer, I guess, doing this work, and this is probably the most potent thing I have at this point.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, holy cow.
Yeah. This stuff matters.
Was someone in Twitch saying
Always
something
has,
about
yeah.
this being an
Yeah,
alternate song?
someone in Twitch was someone in chat was talking about it.
That it's
Yeah.
also a variation on an anthem.
That's so interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, JHK1, if you would like to DM me.
I'm not the only one who says it like that.
His name's Carl.
His name is Carl. Yeah.
I've made myself known
DM
in
Derek.
the
DM
chat.
him. A Discord too. You're both on the Discord.
Yeah, Discord.
Okay. That would be better for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll work it out.
Can I send you can I send you a video I made of rainy music?
Please.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm DMing you some shit.
Hell yeah.
Well, I do actually want to get both of you for a Zoom either this or next week
Sure.
because it's obvious you both have even some small
Little
small
things.
not size wise but like short childhood
Yeah.
songs and variants. So let's do it. I'm very excited.
I
I'm like
will say yes after I move.
Yeah,
So
they're
sometimes
moving in 2
late
days.
That's
next
right.
week could be fine.
That's fine. And Dom, I'm ready for your like take me out to the bathroom.
I knew that
Yes.
one.
I'm ready.
Oh my gosh, I've got a lot of funny children's ones like that, like not ones that
There's
are yeah.
a good guy, Elliot Adkins. Are we aware of Elliot?
Elliot Adkins. That sounds familiar.
He's like on TikTok and Instagram, and he like finds like he does very TikTok formatted videos, but he's also an antiquarian. But he'll be like, "Hey guys, this song was written in 1917, and no one has ever performed the sheet music, but I have it." And then he'll like do an arrangement of the song.
Whoa. That's awesome.
And so I asked him for his folklore from his childhood, and he anonymized himself because he had like a bathroom humor song that he sang from the archive.
Love that.
And the punchline of the song is, "To prove you're a man, wipe it with your hand."
No.
Hell yeah, that's real. That should be a meme. That's meme worthy for real.
I feel like Brian
That's top and bottom text worthy.
Yeah, I feel like Brian Johnson would get a hold of that though and do some really ungodly things with it.
I'm sure. That's so funny.
Do you have any
Wow.
like overall observations about the archive or questions before I say goodnight?
I think my overall observation, like you were saying, is that the web of links is so helpful. A
Yeah.
lot, because that's kind of that you
Yeah.
the kind of thing jot down in your own notebook. I like how accessible. But I think you're doing damn, Derek, you're doing God's work. So I think this you're out there getting the
That's
grant money
awesome.
and doing this.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Like I don't get to be so like specific.
Yeah.
I have to cast a wider net, and then I have to go do a public programming twice a year. You know what I mean? And what I'm so like jealous about here is how you can just like dive so deep and follow like these rabbit holes of folk song. I think that's really cool what you're doing.
Yeah.
Well, it's as I said, either privately or I don't remember if I said this at the top of the segment, but this is all going on like in short Facebook videos and on Instagram and YouTube.
Yeah.
With mostly interfamily documenting, right? Like someone's grandmother, someone's cousin, someone's nephew playing, a guitar or whatever. So it's out there, but I'm trying to just unify it, and meet everyday people who, may or may not have been in front of a microphone ever before. So I do think that I always say I'm out to prove that this exists in the 21st century, but like obviously it does. Like if you spend even a little time on YouTube, I guess what I'm trying to do is just unify that. So yeah, I mean, it's nice to go deep, and it's also nice to be the guardian. No longer am I like the champion of the big child ballads. I'm like the guardian of the small silly songs.
Aww.
Aww. Yeah, you're like the guardian angel looking out for all of the little things that stick in our minds, like
the musical owlbears, if you will.
The music.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I was gonna ask you for like your big picture overview about like how you understand what this work is doing and how it's meaningful to you, but also to the world. But I think you just answered that, so I don't even need to ask. It's the owlbear. The owlbear cub. Yeah, Derek, thanks for reaching out and coming back on. It's so cool to see like the way that this project has grown over the last couple years too, and I am just excited to see the way you've grown, like as just a person who does this kind of work. And it's not just like the way that you've grown, but you see like how the work that you can do as a folklorist reflects back into you. Like you are in constant relation with the people that you're working with, and that you shape each other and your awareness of the things that matter in the world. And those things change over time. And that in really important ways that like feed us and feed the work that we do. So I don't know. I think you're doing awesome stuff. And it's so great to have you back on the show. And yeah, well let's be in touch, and you can always post in our Folkwise Discord if you're like, hey, does anyone know a person who does a thing? Or if you just want to message us and say like, do you know a person who does a thing? Like we can point you into a direction, maybe whether it's for somebody to hire as a part-time field worker or my cat. I'm just kidding. Or part-time field worker, or like
background the whole segment.
I was trying to mute and unmute. I'm sorry about there's a
Well,
fly today, but anyway.
I just misused the Find Folklorists channel, but I have an unknown tag in the archive, which means that if someone has transmitted a song to me, the text does not show up on Google, even a fragment, and I've tried like all the little strings. So there are maybe a dozen unknown pieces in the archive. So, oh no, there's more than that. That's crazy. There's like 15 or 20. But I sent that in the Find Folklorists channel. So if anyone knows what the heck some of those are and wants to solve them with me,
that's a pretty good spot for that, honestly. I don't think you misused that channel. It's sort of like find folklorists or find the content that folklorists would know where to look for or whatever. Yeah. Who would know what this is? Yeah. Totally.
So if anyone wants to suss out some of those, that would be incredible. But as far as you are both concerned, especially because you're going to B-Ton, I have some ideas.
Yeah.
And then Dom, let's talk about Greek music in Florida.
Talk about the sponges. And let me know if you ever make it down my way. I got people.
Yeah, totally.
I think I totally could. So we'll talk.
Awesome. Well, cool.
Folks, ladders in the chat for Derek.
Yes. If you have drop them.
Posting sunflowers for Ukraine. I'll accept that.
That works too. Yeah.
Ladders, thank you so much. Back on.
Thank you both.
Now, this was
totally. Yeah.
Quilts have had meaning on many levels. Making quilts helped me to get a sense of my own space, sense of finding my way, sense of really working my way out of the labyrinth.